Let's Plays used to be either pretty much just straight playing through the game, or sometimes people would put on like little pithy comments and text, while they were playing it.
Yeah, like if you look at the Something Awful forums for Let's Plays, a lot of them are text and screenshots. So that must have been before it was really practical to do, video with audio commentary on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, the first Let's Plays I remember watching were not on YouTube. They were on like archive.org and stuff.
Yeah. And they were competing video sites too, like was it Vidler or vid.me, or there were some ones that were more friendly than YouTube for Let's Players. Another game really wants us to have a rocket launcher. It keeps giving us rocket launchers.
So far I haven't used it. Well, I did use it once, but that was a mistake.
I love how when you come into a level with a gun that you had full of ammo last level, you have to load it again before you can fire.
So you're a member of the Something Awful forums? You paid for that website?
No. But there are if you look at the LP archive, they're always referencing and linking back to the original sources for their Let's Plays, which is usually those forums. So I see them after they hit the LP archive.
I've never even heard of LP archive. I assume it's an archive of Let's Plays.
Yep, it is.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Something Awful forums, are they still going?
I think so.
It seems like almost everything good and funny that ever came out of the internet came from Something Awful. But in between 2005 and 2010, I'll say that. And then the comedy goldmine threads. Like there was the blind roommate thread, it was hilarious. And there was the Tales of a Street Sweeper, which is like 150 pages of a guy talking about being a street sweeper. Really good stuff. They came up with Slender Man. I should join Something Awful. There's a big hole in here.
Okay, I've just made a big circuit, I guess. So where's the security bridge? Oh, okay. Alright, yep, I see it.
This is like the least secure looking bridge I've ever seen.
No, what about that bridge being...
Alright, are you ready to plug Cortana into the control room?
Oop.
Oh! I'll tell you what, this is probably the coolest encounter in the game so far. Even though it was really short, that was cool. Whenever I see these little vents lit up, I want to go in the vents. Have you played that game called Pollen?
No, I think I did hear something.
Where all the letters have a space between them?
No.
It's a, I have a big problem with games being labeled as, like, single-player adventure games. So I always think, cool. That's like Metroid. This is what I think. Oh yeah, you never had a Nintendo.
Metroid's like not an adventure game, though.
I consider it an adventure game. Is it not? What would you call an adventure game?
Okay, well, Zork is a text adventure. So adventure is adventure without the text. So
Yes.
so I look at it, and to me adventure is like Monkey Island, which admittedly is puzzle heavy.
Yeah, okay.
And no action, but I would say that's not how I would describe Metroid.
I would say yes. Okay, that makes sense, but I would still consider Metroid an adventure type game. It's a platform adventure.
Like I think of story and exploration with possible puzzles rather than action when I think adventure game. Like,
okay. Like, okay, so okay, what else? What's another adventure type game that isn't Myst?
I don't know. Siberia, Gabriel Knight. These are all really old games. It's not a popular genre anymore, so it's kind of hard to say.
Huh. But it's very. Yeah, you're right. Well, every time I go and play an adventure game lately, it's always me being completely alone in a scary location. And it's always written in the same exact engine, whatever that engine is.
Probably
and
Unity.
All those adventure games are written in, you know what I'm talking
Or
about?
maybe like adventure.
Yeah, the one where you
game,
pick up stuff and then you rotate it. No, not that. No, that's like the weird RPG type thing. It's probably Unity. Anyway, the point is, they're all exactly the same, and they're all boring, and you have to explore an empty house and then pick stuff up.
Oh, that's not an adventure game. That's a walking simulator. I mean, that's its own genre at this point. We must be missing somewhere to go here. Oh, there was a PDA. Were we supposed to do something with it? Steve Toulouse.
I don't know. It did update our security clearance, but there's no door.
Not that I remember seeing. No. Let me see. Yeah, we should be looking for an area with a boss fight in it, actually.
Yeah. So anyway, I've got a problem with things being mislabeled that when they're really first-person Resident Evil or whatever.
Well, maybe we have to. Do we have to go back across the bridge? Is there another door there?
Of course, it's what we have to do. Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's 4 doors.
Oh
on
yeah.
this
Okay.
bridge.
Central processing, server bank, CPU bank, and storage. So there's so we got to go to the next one. Wait, is that the one?
Yes.
Isn't this the way we came from?
I don't know. Let's find out. Do you remember this room?
Yeah.
There's armor here.
Yeah, this is all.
Yes, I remember
this is
this
all
room.
empty.
Okay,
This is
it's
where
the
we
next
came
one.
from, so it's not this one. See, central processing was the last level, so I assumed that these were in order. That would mean that we came from central processing last level. Server bank was the first part of this level. CPU bank was what we just did, and so.
Bad guy.
I'm still looking at this. Okie dokie.
Well, that Revenant did 2 health. I must have had a lot of armor. Okay, the game really does want us to have rockets.
Yep. It wants us to kill ourselves. Plasma gun. Armor. Is that all there was in here?
Looks like it.
Oop.
Ah! Poop demon.
Wish I could help you.
Oh my god, there's a billion.
Yeah, I know.
I thought you were on the bridge.
Nope, I was still in the other room. These enemies seem attached to the bridge. When you call the bridge, they move. So where did you go? Central processing?
Yeah, I'm downstairs.
It's not moving anymore. Yeah, this,
Top Gear rules. I don't want to go in that room.
It'll go to server bank. It doesn't seem to want to...
Let's see what happens if I try and call it from here.
Yeah, try that. Because it called to me, but it wouldn't let me choose central processing.
There we go.
Okie dokie. Okay, a video disc.
Yeah, you saw that too, huh?
Yeah.
It's the size of a video disc. What are those called?
Laser discs?
Laser discs, yes.
Oh, it's the BFG 9000 briefing?
Oh yeah, that Marine guy who wants us to find Sarge or whatever had a BFG in the cutscene, and then it was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. Boss fight room. Oh yeah, Sarge is a tank. I do remember that.
Oh, okay. I just walked into a hole. Boss fight's kicking my ass already.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the platforms at the edge move, so.
Hey.
Oh, and now we're over here. Okay.
It probably spawns us over here so we can stop by the armor.
Yeah, exactly. Or so we can get the video disc again. And the door doesn't open? Well...
Better turn on no clip.
Yeah, I guess.
Can you turn it on for me as well?
No, you'd have to do it.
How do you do it?
Oh. Well, okay. I no-clipped through the door, and then when I turned no-clip off, I fell all the way through the world.
Huh. Alright, let's start this level over then.
Yeah, I think we have to. I am now neither dead nor can I respawn.
Oh, hey. I'm in the room. Oh, crap. I fell in the hole again.
Yeah, I can't respawn and I'm not dead. It lists me as unidentified location with no armor and no weapons.
I'm gonna try and find you. Turn on your flashlight.
It doesn't work. I've basically fallen out of the level.
Have you seen Deadpool yet?
No. Not really interested.
Why not?
I don't know. Why would being interested in Deadpool be the default position?
I don't think you'd like him.
Probably not. Like that, nothing I've heard or seen about it indicates to me that it's of interest to me. I mean, and that's not saying I think it's bad or anything, but it just I'm not sure I'm interested. I think I've hit my limit of superhero interest with what's going on with Marvel. And I'm just not thinking that, yeah, I need another superhero to be interested in, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, I would consider... I've been reading Deadpool comics for... not that long. 7 years. I guess far too long. But I've been reading Deadpool comics for a while, and I'm not a comic book reader because I normally find them really dumb.
I'm not either. I mean, and I never was. I mean, I think like I think I owned some Star Wars comics in the early '80s or something, and I think that's it.
Understandable then.
But I just never got into them at all.
The appeal of the Deadpool comics is he breaks the fourth wall, makes fun of comics, references other comics, does a lot of pop culture references and dirty jokes, which are juvenile to an adult.
That doesn't sound great. I can see where there'd be an audience for that, especially if it's executed well, because execution can save a lot. But I just look at it more in terms of like, do I need that and want that in my life? I guess the answer is not really. I guess
I think the movie really the movie did Deadpool, I think, better than.
Alright, so where are we going now? Central processing? Oh, access.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, it says we can't go there.
Oh.
We need to get a PDA or something.
They did it better. They did Deadpool better than they do him in the comic books because there's nudity and swear words. So his I don't know. He's like a the nudity and swear words are usually not found in comic books, but they fit with his character.
Mm-hmm.
It's really more about it's really more about making fun of comic books than it is about comic books and superheroes.
But you have to be,
for example,
be even more into comic books to appreciate a satire or parody of them.
Yes.
Whereas if the story of a superhero is interesting, it doesn't have to be in a comic book or adhere to all of the comic book industry's tropes in order to be, you know, an interesting film or some other kind of media property.
All
right, there's the PDA.
The movie. That's one of the reasons I think the movie does Deadpool the best, because the comic books really do require you to be a comic book nerd for a lot of the references, and the Deadpool movie does reference a lot of stuff, and it makes fun of a lot of stuff, but they went in with a philosophy that 50% of the references would go over the audience's head, apparently, and they were okay with that, and there's enough of them that it doesn't, you know, if you miss all of them, it still feels pretty packed full of comedy.
Security clearance accepted.
Okay.
But if you've watched any of the superhero movies, the X-Men movies, or any of the Marvel movies, then there are a lot of jokes at their expense. But in a vacuum, it is less good.
Okay, so what's our strategy here?
Go in, don't fall in the hole.
Don't fall in the hole?
These doors open, so I'm gonna stand in one of the doors. Oh my god, what was that?
I think he's using a BFG on us. Yep. Yeah, there's no... Oh, there we go. There was almost no indication, like, are we getting hits? Are we doing damage? Yeah, he's dead. And then we get a BFG. I guess this is the place where you're supposed to get the BFG. I think we got it early, maybe? I'm not sure. You can see almost why Destiny has gone the RPG route of having numbers come out of things, because there's no indication. It's like, are we doing the right thing? Does it have a vulnerable spot? Are we hitting it? It doesn't have a health bar, so we can't tell if we're doing any damage. We don't know if we're doing the right thing or not. Okay.
A lot of people gave Bingle some criticism when they added boss fights into Halo 2, but...
Yeah, myself included.
For boss fights, I think they were well-designed. I didn't like it, but they were well-designed for boss fights.
Well, what I didn't like about it was the arbitrariness of it. And basically, if you look at the Prophet fight in Halo 2, the problem with that is that there really was no indication that you needed to do something different to him. There was not a clear indication that you weren't doing damage. Although I did go back and look, and neither was there any indication that you were doing damage. So you'd have to notice the absence of that thing to figure out, I should be doing something else now, and that thing is to board the chair like a vehicle. And I'm trying to remember now whether I got that by reading about it, or,
you know what? I don't remember that.
Or whether I just did it accidentally by, hitting a contextual button while I was near him, and then finding out, oh, are you kidding me? You thought we were supposed to figure out how to do that.
There's no way I looked it up. I got it on launch day, and I got past that section of the game by then. On launch day, so I imagine I figured it out on my own. And I can only imagine that since there was no indication I was doing damage, I tried to do something.